Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to install macOS Monterey on a Windows laptop. You will need a MacBook or a Hackintosh for the first step of this process. I'm going to use my Hackintosh from a previous video. First, open Safari and go to OpenCore Legacy Patcher GitHub website and download the latest release. Download the zip file and unzip it to your desktop. I have already done it, so I'll skip this part. After that, open the OpenCore Legacy Patcher app. Select Create macOS Installer option. Then select Download macOS Installer. After that, select macOS Monterey and hit the download button. Now you have to wait until the download is finished. It might take some time depending on your internet connection, so be patient. When the download is completed, open again the OpenCore Legacy Patcher app. Once again, select Create macOS Installer option, but this time select Use Existing macOS Installer. Now it's time to plug in a USB hard drive with at least 16 GB of storage. Select the installer you downloaded before, and after that select the USB drive you plugged in. Confirm that you want to format the USB for the installer. Any file on the USB will be deleted, so be sure you have a backup. And now you have to wait until the installation media is created. It will take at least 45 minutes to complete, so sit back and enjoy some music. When it's done, we will jump right away to Windows. On our Windows machine, we will need to install some apps and the EFI file for our system. All the links will be down in the description, so make sure that you download and gather them in one folder. Plug in the USB drive that contains the installer from before. Open the Mini Tool Partition Wizard. From there, locate the USB drive. Go to the EFI partition of the USB drive and right-click on it. Click on Change Letter and assign a different letter from the rest partition. I've already assigned the letter V, but it doesn't matter which you'll choose. Hit OK, then Apply, and after it finishes this process, close the app. After that, open GenSM BIOS folder and click on the GenSM BIOS BAT file. Click on More Info and Run anyway. Now in the command prompt, type Y to install Python cause it's needed for this process. Then wait a few minutes to complete the installation. Now we are on the main menu. Type 1 to update the Mac serial. This process is pretty straightforward. Then type 2. Open the EFI folder that you have downloaded for your CPU and find the config file in the OpenCore folder. The link for the EFI files will be in the description. After you find it, drag and drop it in the command prompt and hit enter. Then type 3 and hit enter. For Monterey, you have to type iMac Pro 1 and hit enter. iMac Pro supports macOS Monterey, so that's why we chose it. Then hit enter again. For the last step, type 4 in the command prompt and press enter when it's completed. After that, type Q to exit the command prompt. Now open Explorer++ folder. Right-click on the Explorer++ app and open it as administrator. Navigate to the partition with the letter you assigned before. You will see an EFI folder. Delete this one and paste there your EFI folder for your specific system. Now we are ready to plug our USB drive to the target system. Make sure that you have disabled Secure Boot and SATA operation is on AHCI mode in your BIOS setup menu. When the target system is booting up, press your FBIOS key to select your USB drive in the boot menu. Now select the Install macOS Monterey option and hit enter. You have to wait a little bit now until the Monterey installation screen appears. Now go to Disk Utility. Click on View and Show All Devices. Select your hard drive and hit Erase. Name it as macOS Monterey. Under Format, select APFS and Git Partition Map and hit Erase again. Close the disk utility and select the Install macOS Monterey option. Click Continue and agree on the terms. Select your hard drive that you erased before and click Continue. The installation will take about an hour and a half, so be patient. The system will restart multiple times. Select macOS installer and hit enter. Select macOS installer again and hit enter. One last reboot. Select macOS installer and hit enter for the last time. Now we are going to quickly set up our system, and after that we will be greeted to our macOS Monterey home screen. The last step is to copy the EFI files from our USB to the hard drive to be able to boot from it from now on. We are going to use Ethernet connection to download Mount EFI from GitHub. Click on Download zip file. Go to the Downloads folder. Right-click and open the Mount EFI command. Type Y in the terminal to download the necessary Python version. Now in the terminal type the number that corresponds to your hard drive to mount the EFI partition. Mine is 1, so I'll type the number 1. Also you have to type the number of the USB driver to mount the partition that contains the EFI files for our system. Now you have to copy the EFI folder from the USB and paste it to the EFI partition of your hard drive. Restart your system and make sure you unplug the USB drive. And that's it guys. Leave a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments what video you would want to see next.